Alright, I'm Frank Campbell with Wholesale Vendors, and today we're going to show you how to take rust off from chrome. So I've got like 6 steps to work on this. So there's really chrome that's so rusty you're never going to salvage it, or some that just needs a little tender loving care. So first thing I think we can do is scrape it. So this is a very handy tool. It's sharp and it'll get all those little rust dibs off in there very quickly. You can do the flat styles and you can do the curved areas, so that's pretty good. Then to get some of that you might have missed, you can use copper kitchen scrubby or aluminum or wood or stainless steel, just whatever it takes to get into the nooks and crannies. I do have a scraper here. This is carbide. It's not going to wear down, and that's just to get up into the tight corners where you can't get at it with this sharp point down here. Also, there's a brass wire brush, so it's relatively soft. It won't scratch that chrome, so you can wind up with a nice brilliant finish on the chrome. Then we can use a chemical, any one of these rust kind of removers. There's about a dozen on the market, all claim to be the best. I do like this one. It just inhibits the rust, so it just helps in the cleaning process. So once you get that on there, you rinse that off. You do need to clean it. These white Mr. Clean scrubby sponges work really good. Then once it's looking good, you can move on to the next step of polishing it. So then you can use a chrome polish. There's semi-chrome, all kinds of chrome polish. Just use it like you would as per the directions. Going to take a lot of rags and everything to do that. Then once you get the polish on there, then you can buff it. And with buffing, you just want a nice soft cloth, and there's several nice ones on the market, anything from cotton to a bamboo cloth or whatever. All that works good. Now what you don't want to do is use sandpaper or any kind of stone product on getting that chrome shiny, because yes, it will clean it, but it also scratches it. Once you get the scratches in there, then it's really hard to get the scratches out. It'll leave a very dull finish, like just aluminum or stainless steel. Even though it looks okay, it's just not brilliant like what we're after. So with all that said, all this is hand done. Once we get into the very heavy rust, we would use power tools and wire brushes that are much more aggressive. So that's it for now. We're going to go on to actually demonstrating some products. Okay, now we're outside. Here's a 9 rack from Northwestern with the wings, so it's really 11. And it's fairly rusty all up in the top and very rusty in the bottom. So we're going to start with the scraper. We're going to get a lot of that off in there. You'll see it just takes some time. Okay. Stainless steel kitchen scrubby, and that works very good on the curves. So that'll get off a lot more. And then in the tight spots here we can just scrub with a wire brush. And this is brass, so it just doesn't scratch nothing. And all this is going to be hidden anyhow, but we're still going to do a good job getting all that off in there. Yeah, the kitchen scrubby works better. So we just continue with that. Alright, so now it's the next day, but we're going to just continue the same thing we were doing. We're going to I taped off 3 sections here. We're going to use different cleaners on each one. What we're not going to use is abrasive cleaner. That will scratch it, and once the scratches are in there, then you can't get them out very easily. So that one we can put aside. We already used the steel wool, or stainless steel wool. That worked okay. This is a fine grade. They call it sandpaper, but I think it's actually something like a 3M that is actually just, they call it abrasive, but there's no sand particles in it. And then we're going to just use the little smiley face kitchen scrubby. And then we have an 800 grit abrasive pad. So we'll test them out, and then we'll polish it, then we'll see which one is best. So let's get started. We can start right here with this abrasive one. Yeah, that seems to be working good. So we know that one goes there. This the middle one, we'll go with this. And that didn't seem to be work at all. Then we'll try this one down here. That seems to be working okay. Alrighty, so that'll take a while. We have to continue. Okay, now we can move over to polishing. You're done. This is nylon web scrubby, and that seems to work good. Just take it apart, go back and forth. That seems to work pretty good. It is putting fine scratches on, even though this is fine grade. That actually works pretty good. Alrighty. Now we can go to machine polishing and see how it goes. Alright, so now we're going to try the power tools, cleaning the rust off the chrome. This is solid brass wire wheel, 8,000 RPM angle grinder, so you need to be wearing protection because these things can be very dangerous. Anyhow, let's get started. We got 3 sections taped off, so we use 3 different tools. Alright, so that did an okay job. It left a little bit of brass there, maybe it was getting hot. We can come back and clean that up. Next one is 3M 100 grit. Fingers, rubber fingers.
Start again.
300. We're going to be turning this at 3,800 RPM, and it's a 100 grit. It's 3M rubber fingers, 3-inch size. And here's another one, very fine, probably 4 thousandths. Also going to turn it 3,800 RPM. This is a standard wire wheel for high-speed tools.
Okay,
Okay.
out there.
Okay. Alright, so now this one, you see it cleaned off the light rust, but it didn't get the heavy rust. So I would come back with another tool and either scrape it or whatever. So all 3 of these are quite effective. It's much faster than trying to do it by hand. And I'll eventually turn the whole thing upside down and do the bottom, and then we'll treat it so that it doesn't rust again. We got some special chemicals that keep it on there to stop the rust from coming back. Alright, I'm going to polish the rust off in here with this die grinder. It's a slow speed 7,000 RPM, and it has an abrasive wheel on there. So obviously these only go one direction, and very effective, but it will leave some scratches. So I would say that was quite effective. It gets most all of that rough rust off. Just needs a chemical cleaner and polish, and that'll look like passable. Feel just like up in here. Okay, so now I got a Wooster heavy duty wire brush. It's not stainless, it's just carbon steel, but it's very effective getting that rust off around those bolt heads. And once we treat that, then the rust won't come back. So it doesn't get up in the corners very good, but it does work really well where you can get at it.
you doing?
You want to try seeing this around here.
Okay.
Okay, so you're also going to do around these bolt heads. Did a very nice job cleaning that all up, getting in the corners. That works really good. Works good on the flats. These got little plastic caps on there. I can't really get in there. They're too tall. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to use this Rust-Oleum rust dissolver. We're just going to put that on right where we already cleaned and then polish it with this tool on a slower speed. We're going to set that down to 3. I think it's about 1900 RPM. So just spray that on there if we can get it to go. On is better. It's jelly. And then we can spread it out a little bit. That's actually working already. That picked up some dirt. We keep going back and forth with this. Take the towel, clean it. This off. Take this off. And it really don't look like there's any difference. Where we cleaned it with one tool or the other. Just a tiny bit of rust back off in there.
All right. Now I think we could go to using some T9 and polishing it, and we'll call it a day.
Get a close-up, Sal. And then do a close-up of the bottom one. Before and after.
Yeah. So all it takes is a little bit of time, energy, and patience, and eventually you get the rust off, and then we'll come back and seal it with some T9.
Alright, this is the T9 I've been using for 22 years. It's from Shield, and it seals the metal so it stays shiny for a long time, prevents it from getting rust. A little bit goes a long ways. Just put that on there, and that'll seal that chrome so that rust will not come back. We live here in the south, the Gulf Coast, and we get a lot of salty air, and that is an excellent product to keep salt from rusting your chrome. And that's all to it. Easy.